Hello. So I've decided to do my topic on the Puritans. My research paper title is A City on a Hill, Puritanism in Early America. I have two thesis statements that I'm working with. First one's contrary to popular opinion. The Puritans were not religious killjoys and first-rate Pharisees, or who were the Puritans and what are they known for, both good and bad. I have several questions that I'm hoping to tackle within this research with, of course, where did the Puritans come from? Why did they get over here? How they come over to America? What did they think about politics and just the normal Christian life? Was politics and religion separate, or were they intertwined? What are the Puritans actually known for or remembered for? That's bad, because there's a lot of people in America that hate the Puritans and apparently everything that they stood for, and that they're this super evil, uptight religious community. So I want to dive into my research and figure out, are these statements and criticisms justified, or are they not, or are they just justified in part? But I also want to know what are they known for when it comes to righteous legacy. What's the good that they've left for us? I'm hoping to be able to trace that within this research. From a Christian heritage standpoint, much of the theology of the Puritans has trickled down within evangelical Christianity, and has impacted both readers of the past and of the present, to include myself. I love the Puritans because I think that their theology is absolutely rich and extremely God-honoring, and I appreciate that. And so over the years, I've read a decent number of Puritan books, specifically by Thomas Watson, who's one of my favorites, and Jonathan Edwards' small little book called The Resolutions. I also like The Valley of Vision, which is a small Puritan prayer book, which I highly recommend if you've never read it. I'm going to be using several primary sources, such as John Winthrop's A Model of Christian Charity sermon that he preached during his voyage to America, the Mayflower Compact, William Bradford's diary, and then the 1629 and 1691 charters of Massachusetts Bay. I've also come across several secondary resources that are spot on. This one right here, it's Puritanism, Opposing Viewpoints. This book is really cool because it literally has all these different topics on it, and it showcases Puritan opposing viewpoints on each of these topics. So one's like, the king is good, and another one will say, no, the king is bad, or the colony is great and God-honoring, and another person will say, no, the colony is not great and God-honoring, or Puritan treatment of Indians is justified, Puritan treatment of Indians is not justified. So that looks really cool. Also, Worldly Saints, the Puritans as They Really Were. This has chapters on all the different topics of everyday life for Puritans: life, sex, marriage, family, education, politics, you name it. Then you have John Winthrop, America's Forgotten Founding Father. This looks really cool. It's definitely greatly researched, very academic. Puritans in the New World, a critical anthology. What I've noticed is all these books that I've shown you so far is, even though they're secondary sources, they're absolutely full of primary source material. And then the Mayflower, the Families, the Voyage, and the Founding of America, right here. So the Puritans were, of course, imperfect people trying to serve a perfect God, and they left a legacy that encourages us as the body of Christ to have God-centered worship and theology rather than man-centered worship and theology. I wish you the best with your projects.